What if the real problem in your room isn't the summer heat, but the machine that's supposed to fix it slowly stealing your peace every single night? That's what we're breaking down today, top 5 least noisy portable air conditioners that cool your space without turning it into a constant background headache. Stick around. Because by the end, you'll know exactly which one fits your room, your sleep, and your comfort level. And yes, check the links in the description if you want quick access to any of the models mentioned. Now let's move at number 5. We have the YLEOOB 8000B2. There's something frustrating about summer nights that look peaceful from the outside, but feel completely different once you're inside them, tossing, turning, trying to escape heat that just won't leave the room. That's where the YLEOOB 8000B2 steps in, not as a loud, overpowering machine, but as a quiet companion built for small personal spaces where comfort actually matters. It's designed for rooms up to 350 square feet, and instead of overwhelming you with raw, aggressive airflow, it focuses on steady, balanced cooling that feels more natural in bedrooms, dorms, and compact living areas. And what really changes the experience is its sleep mode. Once the night settles in, the unit shifts into a calmer rhythm, less disturbance. More consistency so the room doesn't feel like it's constantly being worked on. You also get 4-in-1 functionality: cooling, dehumidifying, fan, and sleep mode. That means it's not just fighting heat, it's adapting to the kind of day you're having. Compared to larger units, it won't dominate big spaces, but in the right setting, it feels intentional. Almost like it was made specifically for personal comfort zones where silence matters just as much as temperature. Coming up next at number 4 is the YLEOOB 8000B2. Some nights don't feel hot, they feel loud. Even a slight hum in the background can suddenly become the only thing your mind focuses on when everything else goes quiet. The YLEOOB 8000B2 was built for exactly that kind of frustration. From the moment it starts, it aims for balanced, cool air without the chaos. Operating around 48 dB, it stays in that rare zone where it's present but not intrusive. You know it's running, but it doesn't fight for your attention. And then there's the sleep program. Instead of blasting one fixed temperature all night, it gradually adjusts, working with your body's natural rest cycle instead of against it. That subtle shift makes long nights feel less mechanical and more natural. Another detail that stands out is its hidden indicators. No harsh lights glowing in a dark room. No unnecessary visual distractions pulling you out of sleep. It also includes a triple air filtration system which goes beyond cooling. It helps the room feel fresher, lighter, almost like the air itself has been reset. Compared to standard portable AC units that focus only on airflow power, this one leans into the atmosphere quiet, clean, and sleep-friendly. Perfect for bedrooms, nurseries, or anyone who wakes up at the slightest disruption. Let's keep the momentum going. At number 3, we have the Energlow 8000B2. There's a specific kind of summer night where the heat isn't the only problem, it's the way it lingers, refusing to let your room feel like a place to rest. The Energlow 8000B2 enters that space with a calm kind of confidence. It's built for rooms up to 350 square feet, pushing a steady flow of cool air that slowly replaces that heavy, trapped feeling with something much lighter and more breathable. But what makes it stand out isn't just cooling, it's how quietly it does it. At around 48 decibels, it fades into the background instead of fighting for attention. You don't feel like you're sleeping next to a machine, you feel like the room simply got better. Its 5-in-1 functionality brings flexibility into daily life. Cooling, dehumidifying, fan mode, sleep mode, and a 24-hour timer. Instead of forcing you into one fixed setting, it adapts to how your day changes. Whether it's a bedroom, apartment, dorm, or home office, it creates a consistent environment that doesn't demand constant adjustments. And before we move further, if you're already comparing options, this is the point where most people start checking specs closely, so make sure to look at the description links to compare features side by side. Compared to simpler portable units, Energlow feels more complete. Not perfect for extreme humidity situations without maintenance, but in everyday use, it delivers a smooth, reliable cooling experience that doesn't interrupt your space. Breaking into the top 2, the YLEOOB 16000B2 takes the number 2 position. Some air conditioners are built for comfort, and some are built for situations where comfort is no longer optional. The YLEOOB 16000B2 sits firmly in that second category. This is where things scale up. Rooms up to 730 square feet don't just need cooling, they need coverage. And this unit delivers exactly that. pushing strong, consistent airflow across larger living spaces without leaving uneven hot zones behind. The moment it kicks in, the temperature shift is noticeable. The room doesn't just cool, it transforms. But what makes it especially impressive is that it doesn't sacrifice quiet operation for power. Even with its stronger output, sleep mode keeps noise levels below 42 dB, which is surprisingly low for this level of cooling capacity. It also includes 5-in-1 functionality: cooling, dehumidifying, fan mode, sleep mode, and intelligent scheduling. That scheduling feature makes it feel less like a manual appliance and more like a system that understands your routine. Wi-Fi control adds another layer. You're not tied to buttons or remotes. You can adjust settings even when you're not in the room, which makes a difference in day-to-day convenience. Compared to 8000 B2 models, this is a completely different league in terms of coverage. Of course, it does take more physical space, but that trade-off makes sense when you're cooling larger environments. And finally, taking the number 1 spot on our list, we have the NYpeak 16000 B2. There's a point in every summer where silence becomes just as valuable as cool air. That's exactly where the NYpeak 16000 B2 takes the lead. This unit is built for larger spaces up to 850 square feet, but what makes it stand out isn't just the size of the area it can handle. It's the way it manages to stay controlled while doing it. Instead of feeling like a powerful machine dominating the room, it feels more like a steady presence, consistent, calm, and surprisingly unobtrusive. With an advanced compressor system operating below 40 dB, it becomes one of the quietest options in this entire lineup, especially impressive considering its cooling strength. It doesn't just cool the room, it maintains it. That consistency is what separates it from typical portable units that constantly cycle between loud bursts and silence. Its 5-in-1 functionality includes cooling, dehumidifying, fan mode, sleep mode, and a programmable timer. Everything is designed around flexibility, not complexity. And then there's smart app control. You can adjust the temperature before you even step into the room. That small detail changes how you interact with your space. It feels prepared for you instead of waiting on you. Compared to smaller units, it naturally requires more space, but what you gain is stability, coverage, and quiet performance working together instead of competing. The NYpeak 16000 B2 stands at the top because it doesn't force you to choose between power and peace, it gives you both. It handles large rooms up to 850 square feet, yet still keeps noise levels below 40 dB, which is rare in this category. That combination alone already sets it apart from standard portable AC units. But beyond numbers, what makes it the winner is the experience it creates. The cooling feels steady, the sound feels distant, and the control, especially through smart app access, adds a level of convenience that fits modern living perfectly. Compared to the 8000 B2 models, it simply operates on a different level of capability, especially for people dealing with larger spaces or stronger heat conditions. In the end, it's not just about cooling a room. It's about whether that cooling becomes part of your comfort or part of your disturbance. And this is where NYpeak gets it right. So that wraps up today's breakdown of the top 5 least noisy portable air conditioners. If you found this helpful, make sure to check the links in the description for all the models mentioned. And if you want more real-world, no-nonsense breakdowns like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stick around for the next one. Because at the end of the day, comfort isn't just about temperature. It's about silence that finally lets you rest.